Hello and welcome today. This is World Tanks Jaggy, and today we are going to be playing as the Cruiser 3. At least I think that's how you say it. But this tank has a pretty good amount of armor with a really good gun. If you watched the latest video I uploaded, it was a little bit back, but it was probably about 3 or 4 hours ago. But in this episode, we are going to be discussing about the Cruiser 3 and if you should get this tank or not. Now, I like this tank because you can go really fast with it and it's really easy to get into places. As a Crusader 7, which I'm trying to say, but for now, if you're trying to go for fast gameplay that gets a new, like the next haul, or whatever one you're wanting to get, then this is not the tank for you. Now, if you're wanting fast transport for World of Tanks Blizz, now World of Tanks, I don't know, the Russians are pretty good for the Xbox, and the first German tanks are horrible. But, I mean, to be honest, my favorite were the French ones at the beginning, until you get the Tier 5, which, Tier 4 or 5, because I deleted 2, yeah, Tier 5. When you get to this one and you start dealing with Panzers that have pretty good armor on it and everything, but then you start getting them at Panzers that can pretty much take you out in one shot. But, well, not one basically shot, but I mean, this is basically you can't penetrate some of the Panzer's armor. Sorry, I said army. Alright, so in this episode, we're just going to be discussing the Crusader and what the difference is between the Cruiser 3 and the Cruiser 7. If you look at this right now, alright, so like this, if you have a screen taper, just take a picture of it, because I'll keep it here for a second. Alright, and then after you do this, you go to Crusader 7, and you can just display it. You can research it, but also you can't research it, so there's not a whole lot of difference. I mean, it does have a little bit more armor, and it has this thing sticking out the back. And the gun looks like it has more armor, and it has an eyeball thing right there and everything else, which should be a pretty good spot to be able to nail it. But yeah, so here we'll do some gameplay and showing you what the Cruiser 3 gameplay is like on World of Tanks Blizz, and is it worth getting, or should you just go with like the D1, D2, D, and then B1, and then B2, B3, and B4, and then AMX, where T-26 are all the German tanks. Now, my personal favorite is the German Panzer A, which I made a video on a little bit back. But the D.W.2, wait a minute. I'm sorry guys, for the last video I was saying Panzer 7A was this one, but I got it backwards. The Panzer 7A is this tank. I'll make a video on that one maybe next time after this video, but anyway, I apologize for that. But let's get to awesome gameplay in the Cruiser 3. Now, if you're wanting a tank that is pretty much indestructible, I mean, the German tanks even that well. It says they come with really good armor, but I mean, you can pretty much penetrate with any tank you want to go with. So, yeah. So, I mean, if you're like to play this game a lot and you're wanting to get up higher and higher and higher, I kind of prefer the Russian tanks if you're wanting to travel around fast. If you're wanting to travel around slow, then the French tanks, because none of the French tanks are fast at all, but they have really good machine guns that can pretty much knock people out in about 2 reloading rounds, which the D2 doesn't come with. Yeah, it does come with one, but it ain't no good once you get up to armor piercing rounds, which means that pretty much you can't do nothing. But I'll take off my camera so you can see the whole entire tape, because I don't know if y'all want to see the whole tape or not. But anyway, yeah, so we'll get to some gameplay here. As you can see, the Cruiser 3 does move a lot faster than the Panzer I made in the last video. And as there's a Panzer, it's kind of hard to be able to aim in this game. That's the only thing I do not like about this game, but everything else I like about it. I definitely do think this is the best tank game you can get for Off of Ice, except for like Tanktastic or something. But I mean, this does take a little bit more memory. But Tanktastic, I mean, you're talking about working 3 days to be able to unlock one tank, which is kind of stupid because no one's really going to play for 3 days at a time and then expect to get a tank, just one of them, and sometimes they ain't even no good. Which we just got spotted by. Is that a tank destroyer? Crap. If I can just reload before he can reload, I can get him. Now, I do have a lot better gun than he does. As you see, I can do a lot more damage, and so well, my friend might have helped me, but you can do a lot more damage with this gun than you can with a tank destroyer. A tank destroyer, everyone wants to go in and invade with it, but if you're smart, a tank destroyer is made to go sneak around and snipe because they have really accurate guns. Like if you use this gun to try to snipe somebody, you're probably not going to hit too many of them. But when you get up there to the big old tank destroyers, you're probably going to hit about 9 out of 10 rounds. They might not all penetrate, but I'm just saying you're going to hit a lot more with this tank destroyer. That's why their barrels are always usually longer than normal tanks. They're just like an artillery, but they don't just shoot bullets out of the ground. They just come out of nowhere and kill you. But they're pretty much like an artillery, but pretty much the same as one. Dang, that's a pretty good gun. The D2? I'm playing with a D2 with a Cruiser 3. That doesn't sound like a right match makeup. It might be just because my level. Wait, a D2 or B2? If that's a B2, then that's... Wait a minute. I have to look at it. So we won this battle. Yeah, that's fair. There's another one. I was thinking of it. It would be no fair whatsoever for that D2 to be in here with everyone else, because he might be the whole reason we won. As you see, you get a pretty good amount of stuff like this. As you see now, we can go up to maybe the Crusader. Oh, we gotta get another 1,000. I thought we could get it. Alright, but well, that'll be it for this episode. If you like this, please leave a like and subscribe for more daily World of Tanks episodes. Now, you can give me descriptions, and I will try my best to earn or buy the tank that you are talking about. Now, these are all the tanks I have. I'll go buy them slowly, and you can just pick to see, or just watch the video over and just pick one in the comments, and I'll be glad to make a video of the D2, the D1, the B1, or maybe even the very first haul of the Ds or Bs. Now this right here is the one I was talking about that I thought was in the battle, which is a D2. As you see, there's a big difference between this one and this one, because this one goes up to 600 HP, and this one I think stays at the 3s or 2s. I can't really remember how it played as a D2 in a long time. Well, if you like this video, then please leave a like and subscribe, and that'll be it.